Imagine this, that you spent months meticulously designing the perfect trap for your enemy. You are confident it's airtight, but then in just 6 minutes, the whole thing blows up in your face. That was what precisely happened in June 1942. A moment so fast and so disastrous that it turned the tide of the entire war. This is the story of how Japan lost the war in 6 minutes. Before the Battle of Midway, Japan was unstoppable. America and the world had been left stunned by the attack on Pearl Harbor. Singapore had fallen. The Imperial Navy had swept across the Pacific like a tidal wave, brutal, fast, and unrelentless. The message was clear: Japan could not be stopped. Their game plan was merciless: finish off what they had started at Pearl Harbor and wipe out what was left of the US Navy. They thought they had the perfect bait, Midway Island, but here's the twist. The Americans knew exactly what was coming, thanks to a group of brilliant code breakers working in a cramped office back in Pearl Harbor. The US had secretly cracked Japan's naval codes. Every message, every strategy, all decrypted. But knowing they had cracked the code was not enough. They needed proof to be sure, so they sent a couple of fake messages claiming their water purifier on Midway Island had malfunctioned. When Japan's coded report mentioned a base short of water, it was like a light bulb went off. The code was confirmed. The Japanese believed they were setting a clever ambush, completely unaware that they were walking straight into one. On June 4, 1942, Japan dispatched 4 of its finest aircraft carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, and Hiryu, to the island of Midway. The skies over the Pacific erupted into chaos like a battlefront. Bombers taking off, planes refueling, torpedoes being armed. But in that very moment of vulnerability, the American dive bombers struck, turning 3 Japanese carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, into a blazing wreck. The last carrier, Hiryu, fought valiantly, but by sunset, it too was lost. 6 minutes. That was all it took to dismantle the seeming invincibility of the Japanese naval force. From that point onwards, the Japanese Navy never recovered. Midway wasn't just a battle, it was the turning point of the war. So, how did Japan lose World War II in just 6 minutes? Overconfidence, bad timing, and one tiny island called Midway that changed everything. The Battle of Midway proved that wars aren't just won with weapons, they are won with information. A few clever minds outsmarted an empire, and in doing so, they saved the Pacific and turned the outcome of the war. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical content.